Full Young and the Restless Spoilers Thurdays update May 14, 2026. Welcome back to our channel. Besties, today is an absolutely beautiful day to completely lose our minds over some premium daytime television drama. Grab your iced coffees, take a deep breath, and get comfortable, because we have an unbelievable amount of tea to unpack today and you are going to need to be seated for this. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing right this very second because I am literally shaking and we need to talk about this now. I was mid-skincare and smeared charcoal mask all over the rug when this scene happened. And I literally had to yeet my phone across the room because my brain could not process the absolute cinematic mayhem that just unfolded between Lily and Kane. Like, send help, my soul has actually left my body. I am physically vibrating from the sheer audacity of this emotional train wreck. If you have been following the absolute dumpster fire that has been the Newman scandal, you know that the vibes have been incredibly toxic. But this just rewrote the entire playbook, and I am genuinely unwell. I am pacing my apartment right now, clutching my chest, because I am personally attacked by the level of vulnerability we just witnessed. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step. Okay, so for literally weeks, Lily has been an absolute ice queen, right? And rightfully so. Bestie, be for real right now. Kane has been on my do not perceive list for months because of all the shady, manipulative corporate backstabbing. The man has been basically tap dancing on my last nerve with his endless excuses and that unhinged alliance with Phyllis. Oh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but did I say that yet? Ooh, my brain is mush. Moving on, Kane has been trying to justify his choices for so long, acting like this ruthless businessman who was just doing what he had to do. He's been spinning these corporate webs, trying to rationalize his role in the Newman disaster, and Lily was having zero of it. She built this massive emotional wall, a literal fortress of solitude, and I was cheering her on. I was like, yes, queen, give him nothing. Protect your peace, let him drown in his own bad decisions. And don't even get me started on the vibes of this specific conversation. Lily was standing there, and can we just take a completely random tangent to appreciate her aesthetic for a second? The tailoring of her outfit, the absolute power stance. The lighting in that room was giving moody, psychological thriller aesthetic, and I was totally living for it. It felt like the air conditioning was blasting at sub-zero temperatures just to match her energy. But wait, I'm glitching? Okay, back to the main event. So Kane walks in, and instead of his usual slick, defensive, let me explain why I betrayed everyone energy, the man just deflates. He straight up drops the corporate shark act. He stops trying to defend the indefensible. It was like watching a balloon lose all its air, but in the most heartbreaking, dramatic way possible. I am literally hyperventilating right now just thinking about it. Kane starts talking about arabesque. And not just like, oh no, my portfolio took a hit, woe is me. No, he goes deep. He admits that losing arabesque has absolutely devastated him on a soul-crushing level. He is standing there, looking so emotionally exhausted, so completely stripped of his armor, and he compares losing the company to the pain of losing his father all over again. You guys, I was not prepared. I was clutching my chest on the floor. To hear Kane, who has been scheming and plotting with Phyllis, which is honestly so unhinged, suddenly break down and talk about his dad. It felt like a personal attack on my soul. I genuinely felt the tears pricking my eyes. And I was so mad about it. Like, how dare you make me feel sympathy for this man after everything he just pulled? He basically laid all his cards on the table. He wasn't speaking to Lily as a rival executive or a bitter ex-husband trying to win an argument or secure a deal. He was talking to her as family. As someone who is just completely, fundamentally broken. And the raw vulnerability. It was 10/10 cinematic drama. I felt like I was intruding on a deeply private moment between real-life neighbors and I was spiraling over their choices. He was genuinely grieving, and you could see the exact moment the shift happened in the room. The atmosphere went from an icy standoff to this heavy, suffocating blanket of shared grief. It wasn't about the Newman scandal anymore. It wasn't about Phyllis or the corporate fallout. It was just a man standing in front of the woman who knows him best, admitting that he is entirely lost. And then there's Lily. Oh my God, Lily. For weeks, her entire focus has been on Kane's role in the disaster. She has been hyperfixated on the consequences, the fallout, the sheer betrayal of his alliance with Phyllis. But when Kane dropped his defenses, you could literally see the emotional wall around Lily start to crack. It wasn't even a big dramatic gasp. It was this subtle, brilliant shift in her eyes. She stopped looking at him like he was the enemy. She stopped bracing herself for his next lie or manipulation. The tension in her shoulders just melted, and it was genuinely one of the most profound micro-expressions I have ever seen on this show. Honestly, I expected her to shut him down. I was fully manifesting a total dumpster fire where she just laughed in his face, called out his hypocrisy, and walked out. I wanted her to drag him. But she didn't. She actually listened. She let herself see the pain underneath his tough exterior. And it's so wild because Lily has been protecting her peace so fiercely, trying to avoid getting disappointed by him again. She has been guarding her heart like it's the absolute crown jewels. But witnessing him so vulnerable, it bypassed all her logic. She responded to his sincerity with this quiet, profound openness that genuinely made me want to scream into a pillow. She didn't interrupt him. She didn't throw his past mistakes in his face. She just gave him the space to bleed emotionally. Wait, let me just scream about my own emotional damage for a second because I am so invested in this, it's ruining my life. Seeing them connect like this, after everything, it's giving me major whiplash, like I am personally offended that the writers are making me feel bad for Kane right now. How dare they make him cry about his dad and arabesque and make me forget that he was literally just plotting to ruin lives. They are playing with my emotions and I am not okay. I am a messy, unfiltered emotional train wreck right now. I literally had to text my group chat at 3 a.m. like, emergency, Kane is crying and I am forgiving him. Send an intervention. My grip on reality is slipping. Besties, this situation is now my entire personality. But the dynamic shift is what genuinely shook me to my core. The energy between them completely changed. It wasn't toxic exes bickering. It was two people with decades of history who have hurt each other a million times, finding this tiny, fragile moment of mutual understanding. Kane wasn't asking for forgiveness for the Newman scandal. He was just sharing his profound loss. And Lily wasn't offering absolution. She was just bearing witness to his grief. It was so incredibly intimate that I literally had to pause the episode and take a lap around my apartment to calm my racing heart. It felt like they were the only two people in the entire world in that moment. Did I say that yet? Oof, my brain is seriously buffering. Basically, Lily is no longer looking at Kane purely through the lens of ruin and betrayal. She sees the human being again. She sees the man she used to love, the father of her children, stripped of his ego and just hurting. For weeks, she has only seen the guy who teamed up with Phyllis, and don't even get me started on Phyllis. She is officially on my do not perceive list forever, but right now, none of that matters. The corporate maneuvering vanished. The anger over the scandal vanished. All that was left was this raw, bleeding truth that Kane is exhausted and grieving. And that is so dangerous, besties, because once the wall cracks, where does it end? Are they going to fall back into old habits? Is this the start of a Lane reunion tour? Or is this just a momentary pause before the real chaos begins? Lily has spent so much energy building these defenses because she knows exactly how much Kane can hurt her. By letting him in, even just for this one conversation, she is opening the door to so much potential heartbreak. I am literally shaking at the thought of her getting dragged back into his mess. What if this is just another layer of manipulation? What if he's using his grief to disarm her? I am spiraling. I am genuinely spiraling into the abyss. I'm calling it right now. The villain arc is about to go nuclear, or we are about to get the most epic, tear-jerking reconciliation of the decade. Manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update, because there is no way this newfound emotional softness lasts without someone ruining it. The stakes are astronomical right now. Every single glance, every single tear felt like it carried the weight of 1,000 past betrayals. I am physically unwell from the suspense. But for this one singular moment, the defenses were down, the truth was spoken, and Lily and Kane actually felt like family again. And I am going to be thinking about it until the end of time. Okay, I need to go wash this dried charcoal mask off my face before my skin peels off. And I need to drink like a gallon of water because I am dehydrated from screaming. I am literally too unwell to handle the gravity of these events. I will see you guys in the next update, assuming I survive this emotional roller coaster.